What's up, y'all? It's Rob, and back here again with a special podcast. Now, before we get into the special podcast and our special guests, I want to say, actually, super shout out to y'all. The viewers, the likes, the comments, really appreciate it. We're almost at our goal of 500, eventually, then to 1,000 subscribers. So, if you like what we're doing, every new video, trying to get a new subscriber, new like, and a new comment. Now, when I get those things, I can have even more doper things, and I can help pay my friends. That's the goal this year. Now, without further ado, now I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was not expecting this. I was not expecting this one. Let me tell you. We have a Rose City goat.
Come on.
And he is so dope. So it had to be Tope.
Man.
Welcome to the Play No Games podcast.
Thank you, bro. Thanks for having me, man. Come on.
Man, I had to get this on record. Y'all know when y'all having a bad day and then you just get a good message?
Yep.
This was a good message.
Yep. Come on.
This was a good message.
I was just having one of those the other day.
I just want to say on record, I appreciate you taking the time, energy, and effort. You a busy man.
Yeah. Yeah, we're running around. But thank you, bro. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Yeah, heck yeah.
So
But yeah.
for the people who don't know you,
yes.
just before we have some fun, tell me about Tope.
Tope, man. I'm a producer, artist, originally from Portland, Oregon. I've been in the Bay in Oakland, California for the last 12 years. But, you know, some people may know me from rapping in the city. Some people may know me from producing for, you know, La Russell or E40 or other Bay Area, you know, legends. Also, maybe even for the hometown legends, Cool Nuts, Mikey Vegas, all that type of stuff too. So there's many different chapters and layers of Tope, but, you know, it's all one human, one artist, basically, at the end of the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
To ease us into the conversation, I got some rapid fire questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
Ease us in. So you can either answer in one sentence. No. You can either answer one word or two sentences.
Okay.
All right. So I got some questions for you.
Okay.
Your 3 favorite artists right now.
3 favorite artists right now: Big Sad, Kaylin for real. And gotta be E40 right now. Ooh.
Next.
Yeah.
Dream
collaboration. Dom Kennedy for sure. A Tope Dom Kennedy tape. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. That's the one. That's the one I'm still chasing down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite album of all time, and you can pick your own.
I'll say Outkast Aquemini is one of my favorite albums, which is very probably people wouldn't expect because it's not a West Coast album, but that album just top to bottom flawless. I think there's one song I skip on it every time, but the album's flawless and was opened a door for hip hop to me at the time when I first heard it. That was more than 2 sentences, but that album deserves some more.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. And for your fans, what's one thing they don't know about you that you've never put out in music, you've never said it on a podcast?
I've never taken a musical lesson in my life. Everything that I've done has been just self-taught. I think some people thought I grew up musically or something, but I've never taken a lesson or anything. I'm just literally a self-taught musician, YouTube University, basically. So I guess that would be something that people may or may not know from listening to my music. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that actually funnels us into the very first part of our interview, and that is, when did you know that this wasn't just a hobby? This was this is me.
I think I started to feel that in Portland, when I was rapping and producing in Portland, but I didn't financially make it yet, but I knew that I had the potential to do more than just a hobby. There was the potential to do something bigger, but I would say 2021, after me and La Russell dropped Marlon 7 and Cook Together, Eat Together, that was right when I was able to quit my job from royalties and off of La Russell's help too, and that just, he really, him working with me, it really made me believe in myself too, that I could do it. And then quitting my job and all that stuff, it just showed me this is getting serious, and it got serious really fast. Yeah.
I want to quit my job. What was it like to put that notice in?
It was so funny because, yeah, I was working at this job, and I remember we had to go to LA to go. LA Reid had flew us down to LA, and we recorded our second album, Cook Together, Eat Together, at Hitco, which is his record label at the time. And I remember I just told my job I had COVID, and I was like, I got COVID, so I'll see y'all in a week or two. And then I don't know how it happened, but like, I don't know if I had some coworkers that were following me or whatever, but we end up, in that time basically that I had called off of work, I end up like doing a song with E40 and La Russell. And everyone like knew when I came back to work, but I didn't tell everyone. And they were like, man, congrats. Like, instead of being mad, they were like, congrats, bro, you about to quit. And I'm like, nah, I still need this job. But then it was probably like a week later, I did end up quitting. But in my mind, I still thought it was going to be another 6-7 months, before I saw the money to be able to quit. But it was weird. Like that 40 collaboration, the very first 40 collaboration. And it was like everybody already knew at my job, and I didn't even know how that happened. But I came back and they were like, congrats. I'm like, thanks. They weren't even mad at me that I lied. They were actually all happy. It was cool.
No, I like that genuinely was like there for you, because a lot of people work jobs that they don't like, and it seemed like
yeah,
it was just time.
Yeah, it was just time for real, and I didn't even know it was that time. But there was one night I remember we had came back from the Hitco trip, and we needed to do like 4 more songs to finish the album. And so basically I was doing like a delivery job in Oakland. Like I was like delivering weed. And I remember I was working like a late night shift, and this fool Russell just kept sending me pop, 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 song after song. Like he sent me like 5 songs that night. And I was just like, life's about to change. Like I knew that night we already had like half the album done. We had put out Marlin 7, and then he sent me like this batch of songs, and it was like, I'm getting chills just talking about it right now, because I remember driving in East Oakland, like dropping off weed and shit. Like, man, somewhat of a dangerous job. And I'm like, life's about to really change for me right now. Like I can feel it, and it really did. From there, that was the album that catapulted a lot of stuff. It was, like I said, it's like intense for me even telling the story right now. I still remember that feeling. Yeah, we made, and this is a funny story, but we made Go Get That Bag. I was driving to LA, and Russ was just in the passenger seat. He's like, play some beats, and I just played the beat. He wrote the whole song. We're in the passenger seat in the car, like right there.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's like having Batman and Alfred and the whole Justice League. Like, this is how Justice League became.
Oh God,
like,
it was, bro. It really is legendary. Like even our first connections, like me and Russell met, and it was just like, we just went on a crazy run together, and there was a lot of chemistry musically, and it was just like, it was crazy too, because it was like I just made this stuff I liked, and I knew he would like it, so it was easy. We had a lot of similar influences and stuff like that, so okay. It was wild. Yeah.
So you kind of already answered like my next like follow-up question, but creatively, what did moving to the Bay Area do for you?
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny because at first, I felt whack. Like I remember I had some like roommates, and I had played them my music, and they were kind of like, whatever. It was like everyone was so good in the Bay Area, producers, rappers, everything. Like in Portland, and this is no shade, but in Portland, like there's not a whole lot of tiers of artists. Like you might have like the up and coming artists, the established artists, like the ones that are kind of maybe out of the scene from Portland too. But in the Bay, it's like, bro, you have 40 Short, you have G-Eazy, Kehlani, you have Lil Russell, Neff, and then you have street hood stars. It's just like and then there's rappers that aren't even known. It's just so many levels. So like, it just made me step my game up, and I really just soaked in the culture and the music and the vibe. And that was also at that same time I had gotten my laptop stolen at a show, and I basically had to restart on all my beats, and I like taught myself how to make beats from scratch at that point too. So it was just a complete like new leaf in my musical career. And then just being a sponge, like going to Oakland parties and hearing the DJs and seeing the crowds and seeing all this. And I already loved Bay Area music and West Coast music, but when I moved to the Bay, it just really clicked. Like I was like, I get it. I understand it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it translated into my sound too, as well as just like lifestyle. Like, it's beautiful down there. The weather is great. You know, it's like, why not make some fly shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I make some depressed stuff? I'm living in California. It's beautiful. Like, you know, especially a kid coming from Lance Park. You know, like that's like just something I didn't know I was gonna experience in life. You know, so.
Could you speak more to that?
Yeah.
Coming from that part.
Yeah, I mean, I remember growing up in Lents Park as a kid, and you know, I'm very like appreciative for growing up in Portland, but I just remember like it being kind of like a depressing neighborhood a little bit. And I remember as a kid, like, I want to change my life. I want to do something more than this too, you know. But it was also like, I think growing up there, like it also definitely like kind of made me who I was, because I went to school in Northeast Portland, but I lived in Southeast Portland, and it was just like two different experiences, you know, like living in Lents Park, and then I went to Central Catholic High School, so it was just like my home life was completely different than my school life, but my school life is what saved me during that time too, just because like my neighborhood and my family life was just chaotic at that time, you know. But it's all the stuff that I think made me the artist I am today, you know, like the ups and downs, like the rougher things I went through in my younger life, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, I appreciate you sharing that, because when things do happen at the home, usually, you know, people can take that and, you know, give excuses to this is why I can't be this, or this is why I can't do that.
Yes.
And it's just so interesting talking about that in that manner, because one of the things I really like to do when we have experts come on and they talk about where it just clicked, I think they're like big clues, and like I really like to like break down those steps, because I think everyone gets on YouTube or they get on a podcast and they're like, oh, how do I like defy the odds? And like, it's simple advice. It's just you do it. And I guess for you talked about things clicking, you know, when you were in the Bay, but like even when you were a kid, you had that click where like, this is not me.
Yes.
And if I can just push you a little bit, could you like really like define that click? Because I think that's important.
I could tell you, man, and this is crazy because I've never told this story on a podcast, but I could tell you there was a specific night. Growing up, my mom was like on drugs real heavy, and we lived in like, we had like public housing, basically like 82nd in Johnson Creek, 82nd in I'm damn near forgetting now, like 82nd far out there, like I'm damn near by like Clackamas Town Center or whatever. I'm like forgetting the street. Wow, trauma. Anyways, so we're like living in like public housing. Like this house is like felt like it was made of tin. You know what I'm saying? And just like this is a really bad time in my mom's like drug addiction, all this stuff, and I'm like 15 years old. And basically just no type of parental guidance or anything. But we lived like where you could see Happy Valley. Yeah. So I remember sitting in my room one night and just looking at all the houses in Happy Valley and being like, nobody's coming to save me. Like my parents aren't doing it. There's no one in my life right now that is like gonna help me with anything. I don't have a positive influence. Like I have to be the person that's going to get myself out of this situation. And I can literally remember that night specifically, like looking at the houses in the hills and just thinking about people's life up there and like the life I was experiencing. And I knew that I wanted something different, but I also knew, like you said, I had to make no excuses for the trauma that I had been through as a kid and just push forward. And if I wanted to do it, it was on me. And that was like, I always carried that mind state, you know, but that was also because of the lack of parental guidance and stuff that I had at that time. But yeah, I remember that night specifically, like just looking at those hills and telling myself, I don't even know where I got that advice from, but it just popped in my head. Like, if you're going to change your life, like nobody's going to do it for you but you got to put in the work and do it. And that's like kind of been the motto of my life ever since then, you know, like, yeah. Man,
I hate that this next follow-up question is more business like, but
no, go ahead.
But I'm just respond as a person, man. I feel that so deep to my soul because you know, speaking of my mom's, right? You know, put a lot of energy into her kids and things of that manner, and just seeing how hard she's slaved away to do a lot of those things. I didn't have that moment of looking into Happy Valley, but just like wanting to be like, Mom, you can quit your job.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I think people like think it's like this like big thing to like want more and want better for yourself, or they think you'll be like inept to like difficulties or challenges. It's just you're accepting that I'm not gonna let this thing define who I am. And I just really appreciate you saying that because it's simple, but it's also difficult.
For sure. And I've seen people very close to me that went through the same trauma and stuff, and they've let that, you know, take them down, or let it be an excuse, like, to this day, you know what I'm saying? And that's just something I always vowed to myself, like, I never wanted to be a victim, or you know, or like, or even have the victim mind state, which I think at a time in life maybe I was like looking for an excuse, like why things aren't working out, like specifically when I first moved to the Bay, like, dang, what this happened to me, but it's like, no, like, stuff happens to everybody. It's how you get up, it's how you rebound, you know. And that's been like basically like I said, just my motto in life. It's like we all have trauma. How do you deal with it? I'm still to this day, like, as I'm talking, you know, before I came over here, just talking about, you know, just trying to heal all this stuff that, you know, we don't even know is affecting us as adults, you know. So it's interesting.
No, I appreciate you sharing that, because healing is a marathon.
Yeah.
And I think people, once again, don't really understand that. And as I'll just say, like, as they come and talk to a therapist, I want to get over this, or I'm like, I want you to accept what's going on and then bring some peace to it, because it's like, we'll take like maybe potentially like, because I specialize in couples and marriage counseling, right?
Okay.
So let's say we have a couple and one person like cheated, right? If you're deciding to stay with that person, that's a wound that will always hit at your relationship. It's not going to go away even if you've accepted it.
Yeah.
Right? You made peace with it. Making peace with it is when that comes up, oh, my girl, my guy did this. That's when you talk to your person like, hey, I'm having that
trust
thing.
issue,
I'm
or
having
whatever.
That trust issue. But we live in a world where if we even bring up that's weakness. Trauma doesn't go away. We manage our trauma differently. We manage it in a way where it doesn't define us.
Yep.
So no, healing is a marathon.
Yeah, for sure. I love that because it is. It's like, even when you get the answers, you still gotta apply them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's an everyday challenge. You know, like, for sure.
No, I need to take my own. Now,
we all do, bro. We all do. Yeah. This was this weekend, Friday night.
Monday. Anywho, you gotta already answer this question, but for my due diligence, for the people who do listen and want to learn and grow some value, when it comes to your process to like making music, and that makes it uniquely just you, what's your process to catch a sound, make it sound, moving from idea to execution to finished product? How do you do that?
That's a great question. I think that's when God comes in the room, honestly.
There we go.
I really do, because I think sometimes I can't define it. And like I said, I'm not a classically trained musician, so I'm like, what is going on? I really do feel like a vessel at times, you know. But I think the thing that makes my sound unique is like, it's so funny, is going to church when I was younger, and like gospel and soul music, but then also mix it with West Coast music. Like, I grew up on Tupac and the Loonies and Richie Rich and 40 and all these people too, Battle Cat, DJ Quick, you know, like, but then before I came here was my grandma's 95th birthday, and I was in the elevator. The music director for her church, I seen her as we're going up, and I'm like, man, I haven't seen her since I was a little kid. And I'm like, I don't think she even knows. She was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you don't understand. You planted so many musical seeds in my life. Like, it was my uncle's church and the music director, and she just did gospel, soul music, black music, you know what I'm saying? And like, they planted so many seeds of just gospel music when I was a kid. And my mom and my grandma, my mom used to listen to just all R&B. My grandma listened to all jazz and gospel, and like, they just influenced my sound, you know? And I think that's the thing that makes my production a little bit different, is like, I could do the West Coast stuff, but I still have like those elements of the other thing. And then I also am a fan of Dilla and Madlib and Pete Rock and the East Coast sound too. So it's all just, I'm just a student and like a big pot, and it's all twisted up in there, you know, like West Coast, but then I'm so influenced by everything else too. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, the process be God for real. Yeah.
I don't deny it.
Yeah.
I give it up to him.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
It's an aura.
Yeah.
Like, just like you can kind of get that in like people's like how they talk, their cadence, and you really practice what you preach. It is God there.
Yeah. No, and just even in my career, I just feel very like blessed. Like I just feel very like blessed and guided in a certain way. I don't know how to describe it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So our last question before we go commercial break. So, if, right, big if.
Yeah.
If you had an apprentice that you would take some time with to like show them the ropes.
Yeah.
What's the first thing, and how would you guide them to be to the level of producing and mixing and mastering as you are?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I would really start with like chords and piano and like chord progressions. And like, cause I think just everything from there, like you can build so much melody and so much stuff just from the right chord progressions, and like learning how to even like within the chords, taking your root note, making your bass line, taking your top line and making top line melodies, but it's all based on, you know, a major seventh or a major ninth chord, you know? So like for me, I think I would teach people piano and chord progressions first, and then there's so much this spawns from that. But I think the piano is so important. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at this time, I will play you off with some piano, but we're going to get off into our first commercial break. We'll be right back.
As you may know, I'm Arthur Dixon, and I created for you a 10 recipe cookbook to help you cook vegan food for your friends. It's 10 simple recipes from desserts, meals, even appetizers that you can incorporate into your everyday meals. There's nothing hard about this recipe book. Everything in here is very simple, very easy. My cookbook can be found on my Facebook page at Arthur Dixon, my Instagram page at Brace Yourself Oregon, and on the Play No Games podcast page in the bio. Make sure you go check it out. Thank you very much. Peace. You didn't see none of that, okay?
Rob, we're back. We still have Tope.
Yes, sir.
Now, I want you to be honest with me with this one, okay?
Okay. I've been honest the whole interview.
Okay.
This guy was like, I've been lying to you.
What was it like opening up for Nas?
Man, you know what was so crazy is it was chaos. It was chaos. It was a big festival. It was a huge festival, and it was just chaotic. And what's so crazy is I was there for like 3 days. It's like a 3-day festival, and I'm performing on Sunday, the day with Nas or whatever. And during my set, it rains, and my set gets canceled. But guess who's on the bill? My guy Cool Nuts. And he's like, come rock on our set. So he gives me 10 minutes on his set or whatever. So I end up still getting to perform. But it was like, it was so much up and down because it was like my first time getting booked for a big festival. I'm getting flown. I'm not flown, but it was in Eugene. So it was like, I got like hotel room. It was my first time like getting comped for all this stuff, you know? And I'm like, wow, I'm about to do this whole thing. And it was such a letdown. But then like the homies came through. The picture I posted from the Damian Lillard song is the day we opened for Nas. It's me, Mikey, Cool Nuts, and Fat Boys in the back. And it's just like my Portland bros just came through and saved the day, honestly, you know? So it didn't go how I expected, but it was just like, I guess it's a great story, it's another chapter in the story of like, also things don't go as planned, but you still have to make the best of the situation, basically.
No, wow. That is a full, that's Rose City Goat behavior right there.
Yep.
Okay, I respect, okay.
Yeah.
Full circle moment. Okay. So, when it comes to the studio, what's a studio moment that was just hilarious or something completely unexpected, since we're talking about this right now?
So I was like, I I want to say 2023, I think. I was working closely with A&R at Atlantic Records. And again, another Cool Nuts connection. And shout out to Knowledge. I was working closely with A&R Knowledge at Atlantic. And I was down there with LaRussell for the weekend. We were doing like press runs. No, I think, was it the weekend we did? I think it was the weekend we actually shot Rap Shit, HBO, Issa Rae show. So we were going to Atlantic after shooting, and most of the nights they had us in the A room, but then this night they had put us in like the B room, and like, oh yeah, someone's got the A room or whatever. So we're like working, and the B room was like this size, the A room was like plush, you feel me? They put us in the, like a little room, whatever, we're working. And I remember I had stepped outside the room, just like right outside the room, just to like give everyone space. And I look up, and this fool 2 Chainz just walks in the session. He's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "What's up, bro?" And he just come to say what's up, just walk in our session, because the Dallas Martin or whatever was in the other session. He just walked 2 Chainz into our session just to come meet us and say what's up to LaRussell. He just wanted to say what's up, and it was just the most like casual, random, like Hollywoodish moment. And then he was cool as hell, like, and that's the other thing is like when you meet people and they're just hella cool, bro. Like he was cool as shit, bro. Like just came to say what's up, popped in on us, see what we were making, and then just went back to the A room. Like it was, and then we end up jumping in the A room with them later or whatever. But it was just a random like, I'm in Atlantic right now, of course. You know what I'm saying? It was just one of those moments like, what the heck is going on, bro? It was crazy, but it was also very low key. Everyone was like, what's up, you know, like.
No, that's really. They always say you never meet your heroes. You never meet people, but that's like really cool that they like you got that experience. Yeah, I love when I meet. It's so refreshing when you meet a celebrity and they're still cool. Like especially someone who's really big and they're still like a human. Like that's the best thing for me. Like that's inspiring. That's inspiring to be the person that I am. When I'm like another story, when I met Hit Boy, and he gave me his number. And I remember I had texted him like later in the day, you know, we're like leaving the session. I'm like, Tope, lock me in. He texted me back in like 3 seconds. And I'm like, damn, bro, if Hit Boy can text people back, I got to do a better job of texting people back because I don't be texting people back. And I seen how busy he was in the studio. And I'm like, I got to do better. Here's platinum Grammy dude. He texted me back in 2 seconds. Like, got you, bro, locked in. I'm like, fuck.
Hey, don't feel alone. I gotta do better with that myself. Like,
yeah, we all struggle.
It's like I save all that energy for my clients, but it's like it's hard for me to have a social life Monday through Thursday because it's like I got back-to-back clients and like, hey bro, how you doing? I'm like, well,
bro,
I'm talking about this,
taking care of everybody else's stuff right now. Yeah, yeah.
So okay, in some ways you answer my next question. You've gotten a lot of praise from a lot of people I've grown up listening to. Mm-hmm. How do you keep you with all that praise and adulation from all these like heroes that you've like listened to?
I think I really love that quote that Donda West said in Genius, and she said like she said a giant looks in the mirror and sees nothing, you know. Mm-hmm. And like I love that. Like I think too because like I'm not where I want to be yet. You know, I've gotten all this love and all this praise, but I'm like, I know there's more greatness inside of me. And I know, like, I feel like I should be even further along in my career now, you know. But I don't use that as, like, I'm jaded. But I just know, like, there's more I want to do. And there's more. I know, like, if I was focused earlier, I would be further along in my journey, too, you know. But I don't know. I think just trying to stay humble with it. You know, I think just the urge to want to get better. I think that's what it is. Like my urge to just want to improve. So like I make something and I'm happy with it. Like even right now I have a big placement and I'm happy with it, but I'm like, man, could I have done better? What could I have done better? How could I make this better? Like, could this be a better song? You know, like I'm just always thinking like, man, how can I improve this next thing that I do? Or how can I be a better producer? Like I don't feel content with it, you know, but I do appreciate the love. It means it's very encouraging to keep creating. I'll say that. But I don't know, like, I don't know, just trying to stay humble with it.
So that kind of, I'm going to reorder this question because I had it for more at the end. So with that being said, right, you are very accomplished. When do you take the time to be proud of yourself? Because, like,
I get it. That hunger, I have that hunger.
Yeah.
But I think I'm more than just a therapist. That's why I do this.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, yeah, I feel like I have a chip on my shoulder. Like, how do you take time to be proud? Because you have to be very, like, man.
It's tough. It is tough because, you know, and I think like prayer really does help because just staying like grateful for everything. Cause a lot of times I could get like even a week ago, I'm stressed out about like all the stuff that I feel is not coming my way, or just be the way you look at it. You know what I'm saying? And then I just look at it a different way. I'm like, bro, I'm blessed. Like, I live in California. I pay my rent off music. I got an apartment. I got a car. I got this. I got a studio. I got that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm blessed. Like, so I think just trying to remain humble, you know, and like, yeah, like just being thankful for the things that I do have, I guess. I damn near forgot your question midway.
No. You're okay. My question is, how do you find moments to be proud of yourself?
Yeah, okay, being proud of yourself. Yeah, it is hard. I think yeah, like when I look at the things I've accomplished in the Bay, yeah, I do. But it is hard because a lot of times I'll be focusing on the things I want to do. So I have to take a step back and be like, how much I've grown or just how much I've accomplished since I moved to the Bay Area. But it is hard because I want to keep working and stuff too. But then I do have to take a second to be like, man, a lot of the things that I wanted 10, 12 years ago, I'm doing now. You know, even when I first moved to the Bay, I remember being like, man, I just want an apartment by Lake Merritt and some AirPods. Like, I just want to be, because I used to see just people just walk around the lake with AirPods and look hella successful. I'm like, bro, I just want some AirPods, live by the lake, and everything would be cool, get a dog or something. I'm like, it was just simple for me.
Bro, oh man. We have to start taking our own advice.
Right.
We gotta start listening to ourselves. We know. I'm sure you have those things now.
Yes, I got some pros. I got some AirPods. Had a couple pairs now. I'm lost.
Okay, I want to double check.
Facts. I got the pods. And I'm by the lake. I got them both. There we go. I'm right over there.
Okay.
I was a simple guy.
The simple things do matter.
Yeah.
Just actually not a simple matter. I think it's very important for what you do. Independency.
Yeah.
Why is that important, and why is that a big thing for the artists of the now and the artists in the future?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna take it even more dialed in for a producer to be independent as far as like being able to stand on your own 2 feet as your own producer, because I've been a producer that's worked with an artist specifically. Like, I worked with La Russell directly, but then I also had to be able to stand on my own and be independent from the movement I helped grow too, you know, or other things that I helped grow, and be able to do Tope for myself and for A, B, and C as well too. And I think as beautiful as it is working with one artist and growing with them, that could be also the danger of like, you so locked in on one thing, it's beautiful, but you also have to like water your own seeds too. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think outside of that, in the record label sense, being an independent artist in 2026 is so important, because content, media, press, photos, all those things, like it's on you to really like push them as far as you want to or not. You know what I'm saying? I've seen multiple of my friends just post on the internet every single day and change their life. You know, change their life from posting on the internet. I've seen other of my friends who are super talented never post on the internet and go get a job. You know what I'm saying? So it's really important. You go right now in the music industry, you go as far as you want to go, being independent. And like I said earlier, it's like you got to decide to do it for yourself. A lot of people think there's a producer, there's a manager, there's a label that's going to swoop in and save you and make you into the Kehlani and the artist that you want to be. But no, it's you. And now the labels, they want to see that you have 100,000 followers. They want to see that you can sell hard tickets. They want to sell this, that you have 1 million monthly streams. Like, and that's before the label even is looking your direction. You know what I'm saying? They want to see all that type of stuff. So it's so important to build up your own catalog and your own stats as an artist, because that's what people are looking at these days, you know. That
makes sense. And I'm just growing and building off what you're saying, because one of the things I was doing to prepare for this interview is like, because not to be ignorant, it's like, yeah, I've been on producer's page, things like that, but one of the things that I saw on your page that set apart that was like super different is like the accessibility of like, let's do projects. Where, like literally like on every other like post, I got 3 project slots.
Yep.
In the bottom, $500. Put down the deposit.
Yep.
And it's like, this is not my very first like producer interview where it's like, it's usually like you gotta go to this person, then you can talk to Doug. And I'm like, that's a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And I guess for this part of the interview, I think, could you break down like the importance of having an accessibility of doing projects and like being independent? 'Cause I think that's a gap that's super important, because that is standing on your own. Because I can see that, but I think that's a big value for the listeners to really hear that from you.
I think that's something I like to do. Like, I like to tap in with the artist and figure out their sound and figure out our chemistry and come together and make a project. Like, I enjoy doing a one producer, one artist project. But I think also just the business side of it too, of like promoting myself, advertising myself, even just vocalizing it, that you can do that with me, is like putting it out there. It's just marketing. It's just marketing and advertising for what I do, and I'm just promoting what I do, but I think that has given me the ability to just continue to do what I want to do, make more money in the industry outside of streaming. And to me, that's like my direct to fan things. Like, I'm direct to rapper, but that's my DTC. I'm direct to consumer right there with the rappers. And I have an idea I'm working on that's going to expand to where I can go direct to consumer outside of just the rapper. And I think it's going to be really big, but so I have streaming revenue, and that's like basically my, DTC, with just straight to artists. And even just advertising that the beat is for sale, like I'll make myself put the price tag, just, hey, this beat is available, just because it's like, if it doesn't sell, it's cool. If it sells, great. You know what I'm saying? Like, but just putting myself out there. And I think it's also like not being scared of being judged, of like, not if the beat doesn't sell, or if it does sell, or for whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I used to be scared to sell beats because I used to be scared to advertise selling beats because I didn't want people to think I'm broke. But in the scheme of things, I'm not a millionaire yet, so I am broke. So I'm like, I'm still selling. But I used to be like, man, I don't want to say beats for sale, because then people are going to be like, that fool needs some money, da-da-da-da. But it's like, I do. Hey, I do. Okay, I do. I'm not a million up yet. Send it over. So it's like, and I think also just being not, okay, I mean, I don't mean this in like not an artistry way, but I'm not attached to every single beat that I make. Like, I can sell it. You know what I'm saying? I make so much stuff that I think is dope. I can let it fly because I'm going to make something better tomorrow. And it took me 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? It took me an hour or two to make this. I made it today. If it sells, it's cool. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But then I'm going to make something else tomorrow, and like trying to also, like, I think producers be like making this and saving. I'm saving this for so-and-so. I'm saving this for so-and-so. I'm letting it fly. You know what I'm saying? And then if it ends up somewhere else, like, it ends up that way. But yeah, I think it's like also not being scared of what people judging you to do the business, Yeah.
No, judgment is super hard. I'm to be honest with you, I didn't think the way my podcast is formatted right now, no diss to my other people who's been on there. I love my co-hosts, but like I'm to be honest with you, I was afraid to do like one-on-ones like this. I always thought that no one's gonna tune in for this. Like,
yeah.
Why? And
that's just our own. We're the only ones thinking that. No one's sitting here like, oh, a podcast like the co-host is in there. I'm not gonna watch it. Cause listen, there's a million new fans who didn't even know you had a co-host. You know what I'm saying? We got to be thinking about that, not the like 10 that are stuck to what we were 10 months ago, 5 months ago.
No, it is perspective, because each day you wake up, you draw a breath, and like once again, I really hope the viewers, like, this is like the things that you're saying is valuable as a producer, but there's so much value because you're talking like a real person.
Yeah.
Like, this is like
you can apply this literally in any other aspect
Life, yeah, in life too. Yeah, in life too, definitely.
So, a few more questions, and then we're gonna get to our offering. I guess, like, two things, and you've already paid big homage to Russell, and I think one of my questions I've always wanted to like ask is like, how did you like meet him originally? Because like, yeah, I can ask you the synergy question. Like, it's like it's in the music video, it's in the music, like I can see it, but like, like. Go through that story of how you met him.
So again, back to the weed delivery job. I had a coworker named Lucky Shankle. Shout out Lucky Shankle. And I did a project for him. He's like an R&B artist, and I produced a project for him. I did it for absolutely free, and he was dope, super dope. And this is when LaRussell was doing like the box sessions where he had different artists come out and perform. And he had Lucky come out to Vallejo and perform. He performed one of my tracks. It was produced by me. And then LaRussell had hit me to send me some splits or whatever. Yeah. And I had heard LaRussell's music when he was like Tota Shakur a few years previous. And then he changed his name to LaRussell, and I lost track of him. Like I was like, oh, I never just lost track of him or whatever. Then he popped back up and was like, I gotta send you some splits. And I'm like, hey bro, I'm a fan. I want to work. Like, I'm trying to get some work in with you. And he was like, take my number, come pull up on Monday, pull up to my crib. And at that time, I was like still on the fence if I was gonna rap or not. Like, I had like a batch of beats where I'm like, okay, if I do an album, these would be my beats. So when I pulled up to LaRussell's house, he's like, play me the shit you love. Like, I don't want to hear nothing but the stuff you love. So I just started playing him stuff from that folder. And the very first beat I played was North Vallejo Tales. And I literally never seen anyone do this except for in Fade to Black, Jay-Z. This fool walked around the room for like, no joke, 15 minutes, mumbled. I was like, oh shit. And then was like, I'm ready. Got in the booth, one taked it, went and grabbed his dad. He's like, Pops, come listen to this. And made his dad come listen. And then we started Marlin 7 that day. We did 3 songs that day. We did North Vallejo Tales, Tope's Dope, and I think I forget the name of it. I'd have to look at the track listing. What's Happening or something like that. And it was just on from there. It was on from there. And then basically be like, every time we see each other, we did like 3 songs at least, but it was like, we made 3 songs probably in like at 2.5 hours. And I remember even his dad's like, y'all just made this shit? Y'all just made this right now? He's like tripping, And it really shout out to Lucky, bro. It came from producing that album and then reaching out and LaRussell reaching back, and it was just went crazy from there.
Well, I think this is a perfect segue into all these things that have happened to you is literally just Rose City Goat material.
Yes.
And I'm just saying, man, we got some of our pioneers of the great music. Like, what was it like to be a part of working with Mikey Vegas, Cool Nuts, and then Mr. Dame Dollar?
It was dope, bro. I was having one of those days we were talking about earlier where I was just like questioning everything and like looking at it. I was looking at it from the wrong perspective that day. I was looking at everything that I didn't have and everything I wanted and all this stuff, and like, damn, is music? What's up with music? Am I tripping? Da 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 da. And then I was on the phone with someone else and I seen Mikey call, and I was like, damn, I think Mikey probably wants something because he don't just call me out of the blue or whatever. And then he was like, basically the producer that they had done the song with originally was like, didn't want to clear the exclusive or whatever. So we got this song. I'll see if you could just remake the beat or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm down for sure. Like, I'm down, especially because like I haven't been able to do a whole lot of Portland stuff since I left. I literally like got off the phone with that fool, made some coffee, and just sat down. And I made 2 versions that day. And like the second version I did was the one that everyone chose. But it was a blessing because like I don't think people know how much I love Portland. I love Portland. Like, Portland's my hometown, but I got popular in the Bay Area. And I love the Bay Area, I would say, is my home now, but Portland's where I grew up. But like, I still love Portland, and it kind of sucks to like, I feel like I just like, I never was like I'm not gonna say never, but I just feel like Portland kind of forgot about me after I left. So it was a blessing, and I thanked Mikey and I thanked Cool Nuts. Like I'm not really thankful y'all made the call. You feel me? Like because it meant a lot to just be a part of it, and that fool Cool Nuts went crazy. That was probably the best. I call that for like that's the best verse I probably ever heard of you. You know, they all three of them went nuts. Like Dame went crazy, Mikey always goes crazy, but that fool Cool Nuts went nuts, and it was just dope. It was dope because like even me and Cool Nuts was the first artist I produced for ever in Portland. He was the first person to rap on one of my beats ever, you know, and he at that time he's like the biggest rapper in Portland. So for us to continue to grow and evolve in like our relationship and even like our musical relationship, like it's dope. Like we just keep getting better. We keep throwing each other alley-oops and, you know, getting business stuff on the side as well too. So it really meant a lot. It really meant a lot, excuse me. Cause like it was just that hometown love. And I've been doing so much Bay Area stuff, which I'm very thankful for, but I've been wanting to do some Portland stuff too, because, you know, this is my hometown and, you know, I love Portland. I don't want people to ever forget that I'm from the town, you know.
And on behalf of the town,
yeah,
I want to say thank you. Preparing for this interview and seeing how you were tied to so many of the songs that I enjoyed that got me out of my slump.
fire. Thank you, bro.
I want to say thank you.
Man,
like,
thank you, bro.
Dead ass. Like,
yeah.
And you won't be forgotten.
Yeah.
Because that genuinity of just like who you are, because you know how you do business is how you are as a person.
Yeah.
It's like literally from the very first time I reached out, like
Easy.
when you do podcasts and all this, you reach out a lot of people. You get
Yeah.
assistants, you get people, and it's just like
Yeah.
and it would be impossible for Portland to forget about.
Man,
you.
I appreciate that.
It would be impossible, man.
Yeah, I
like,
appreciate
you've
that.
Done so many things, which
Yeah.
kind of gets us into our second to last question before we get to our offering. When it comes to just you, I'm a big person. I always like to ask people, when we look at your life, and I say, if we put it as a movie, where are we at?
In the movie?
Where we at in the movie, and where we got to go?
Damn.
Are we more like John Wick? We need another chapter?
There's more chapters for sure. That's a great question, actually. We might be like Godfather 2 when Michael kissed Fredo. He's like, I knew it was you. I knew it was you. We might be somewhere around that chapter. We got a whole nother movie, but I knew it was you, Fredo.
Okay. So, what do you feel like you need to do in the next movie?
Oh man, there's so many things. Like, I want to chart on Billboard. I want to have a single that goes on Billboard, which I guess is so materialistic. But I want to go to the Grammys. I want to, God willing, like if I was able to take my grandma to the Grammys would be like a life goal, which I gotta start work. I gotta get to work. But on a personal level, love, peace, financial freedom, all that type of stuff. Like there's more to my chapter for real, but I think there's more hits, man. I feel like I'm in a hit making part of my career, you know, like I'm focused on making some bigger records now, and I feel like I have the ability to make some bigger songs, and I feel like I have some big songs on the way. And even after that, I was just saying today, like I feel like I'm on one record away from changing my life for sure. So I think whatever that record is gonna be, or the records that lead to that one record, I truly believe like I got here already, and I'm one record from like changing my whole situation again. You know, so hopefully that's in the next movie. Yeah.
Michael B, Ryan Coogler. Hey, y'all don't know me yet, but I'm trying to tell you, next time y'all need a movie, if this man is not on the music at all, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, we need Tope.
Come on.
Because it's going to be dope.
Come on.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
Yes.
I know you just won one, Ryan. I know you just won one.
Tap in. Town shit.
There you go.
Town shit.
There we go.
Yeah.
Listeners, at this time, this is where we kind of get into the offering. And the offering is an important aspect of the podcast where, you know, hopefully as you watch, we're pouring value into you and your daily living. And we have Tope, and Tope is going to answer our last offering from our last guest. And then he's going to leave something for all of you and then our next guest in the next episode. So, because I'm still getting better at this, I'm going to be looking at my phone so I can say this correctly. So,
Let's do it.
Andrew, you'll cut this lag part out. Okay. 3, 2, 1. So, Tope.
Yeah.
So, the offering someone left last time was, what would it take for you to be closer to your defined life path?
What would it take to be closer to my defined life path? I think just continuing to like do the things I love. I think doing the things I love and doing the things that bring me happiness over finances is what's bringing me closer to the true person that I am, my true like life path. And that's been like another theme of my life is like doing what I love over finances. You know, and if that means like me struggling financially to do what I love, then that's what I'll do. And like I'll still chase my dreams and like follow my passion.
I needed that.
Yeah.
I needed that.
Yeah.
Man, doing what you love, like, because everything's, you know, I feel that energy from you of like you want to take care of the people that took care of you. Like, I get that.
Yeah.
And you know, doing what you love and having like. And I felt that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, because I feel like when you start doing things you don't love, that's when you veer off of like the person, you know, with the person that you are. You're doing things outside of this, or you're doing things out of hurt, or doing things out of this, out of that, and that takes you away from like the true person you are, because something might have happened to you. Someone might have said this, and now I'm on defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, but my true person is a person of love, a person of just honesty and all that type. So I feel like walking closer in that path, just doing all those things, you know, like, yeah.
All right, well, what's the offering that you want to leave for our viewers and the next guest?
I would say my offering would be, because I just started therapy too, is that take the steps to heal your trauma and heal your inner child, because you don't know how much that affects us as an adult, and to just figure out, you know, how to heal from some of those traumas, or how, like you said, to accept some of the things that have happened to you in life and be able to move on in a positive way. But yeah, I'm learning a lot about my own inner child. So yeah.
They might be doing IFS with you, internal family systems. I know what I'm doing there, folks.
He said, I know what they do. I know what they got on you.
I will tell you this, being a therapist doing their own therapy, because I'd be like, I know what you're doing because I'm doing that to other people.
Right.
Literally, if we're being like 100%, I think it took a year for me to let my therapist actually do her job. Where I was like, stop doing that.
Because you were already trained in it. Yeah.
I know these shenanigans.
For sure.
Meaning therapy's not a shenanigan, but it's just like my own head canon. But
yeah, when you see the behind the curtain, yeah,
it's
like knowing how movies are shot. You're like, oh, that's a dolly shot. That's a this. Like, you're like, I can't even enjoy the movie. I'm thinking about the shot.
Exactly. Like, that's why I appreciate your response to it. Where it's like, just like really like, finding what I enjoyed made me not quit podcasting. If I'm being honest with you, 'cause I was like, oh, I don't have this and this, and like literally like the takeoff, and like once again, I was super surprised you even responded.
Man, it's love, bro. It's all good.
So I would just say, I appreciate you, man.
Man, likewise, bro. Likewise. You never know. People need each other. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You never know.
Well, you guys, if you like what I'm doing, like, comment, subscribe. But before we get out of here, so where can they find you? How can they get a project?
JustinTimberlake.com. You can find me. It's Tope.com. It's Tope on all social media. Streaming platforms, most importantly, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, Tope. Love the way, man. Go stream my single, bro. What's up?
With all that being said, if you like what we're doing, like, comment, subscribe, and we out.
Yeet.